Welcome to the Extra Degree. In the Shawnee Mission School District, we are committed to excelling in everything we do. We strive for that 212 degree mark. It's an honor for me to be able to recognize students and staff in the Shawnee Mission School District that are doing an outstanding job and every single day help us reach that 212 degree mark in the school district. Today, I'm honored to be at Bluejacket-Flint Elementary School. I'm here with Mrs. Lindsey Constance. She's an outstanding teacher in the school district, and today we're going to take a look at what she's doing in one of her 6th grade science classrooms.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be comparing and contrasting plant and animal cells. So as we talked about, you guys are going to be preparing your own plant cells. One of the best ways to look at that is by looking at the cells on an onion. And we're also going to be looking at our very own cheek cells under the microscope. How do you think an onion cell is going to look different from a cheek cell under a microscope? So on your paper, please write about the shape, the size, maybe some organelle differences that you expect to see, and then we're going to see if your hypothesis was correct. All right, who wants to share something first that you're writing down? What do you think? Lydia?
Maybe an onion cell has bigger shape than a cheek cell.
Okay, good deal. What do you think?
They'll probably be different colors.
Different colors? Okay, what do you think?
There's probably going to be different parts to them.
Okay, different parts. What parts do you think are going to be in the onion cell that might not be in the cheek cell? Anybody have a thought on that? Different organelles?
Vacuoles.
You think the vacuoles would be different? What about a cell wall? Do you think we're going to have a cell wall in the cheek cell? No? Just on the onion cell? Okay. What else? What do you think, Brayden?
That like the onion would be like a little bit more spread apart, and then the cheek would be like all pushed together.
Okay.
So like holding stuff.
Good deal. Anybody else? Thomas?
Chloroplast.
You think we'll see chloroplast in the onion but not the cheek cell? Okay. Great. Anybody else have something you want to share? What do you think, Damien?
I think the onion cells will look like living cells.
Oh, okay. So like kind of organized, maybe a little more rectangular? Okay.
Or hexagonal.
Okay, or hexagonal. Good thoughts. So we're going to go ahead and create our onion cell slides right now. So what we need to do is we need to carefully peel off the inside skin. So one person on your team, you can either peel it off with your fingers or use the tweezers. And you are going to carefully lay that flat onto the slide. Then you're going to take your iodine and you're going to put 2 drops on that onion skin. You might need more. So once you have your 2 drops of iodine, you're going to take your cover slip. You're going to do what's called drag and drop. You're going to drag it to the edge of the iodine and you're going to let go. We don't push down because otherwise we might break the cells. So drag and drop. If you need help, raise your hand. As soon as you have it ready to go, you can come up front and meet me at the microscope and we will check out those cells, okay? Okay. Oh my gosh, awesome job. Great organelles. Okay, come on over here and take a look, okay?
Miss Constance, me and Brendan are ready.
You're ready? Okay, let's do it. You need help? Yeah, once you've looked at it, head back to your seat and you're gonna sketch and write about what you saw under the microscope. As we're doing this, can I have some people share, what do you have written down for the shape of the onion cells? What did you observe under the microscope? Madison?
Like rectangular.
Okay, good. What else did you describe about the way the onion cells looked under the microscope? Go ahead.
They were yellow.
Yeah, why were they yellow?
Because we put the iodine.
Because we put the iodine. Can somebody tell me what organelles you saw under the microscope? Thomas?
We found something that we thought was a vacuole.
Oh, you
A
did.
lot of little circles.
Okay, exciting. Can you tell me what a vacuole does? Do you remember?
It stores food and waste
Okay.
from the cell.
Kind of like a vacuum. Very good. Eli, what did you observe?
Cell wall.
Saw the cell wall. Okay. Got it. Good job, everybody. All right, so the next step, we got to see what plant cells look like under a microscope. Now we get to see what our very own cells look like under a microscope. So what I'd like you to do first with your teams, you want to make sure you have your slide and your cover slip ready. Each person gets their own Q-tip, and your first job is to take the Q-tip and try to extract as many cells as you can from inside your gum and inside your cheek, and then all 2 or 3 people are just going to put those cells onto the very middle of the slide, okay, and then we'll just get rid of our Q-tip, okay? So go ahead. As soon as you have your cells on the middle part of your slide, you're going to do 2 to 3 drops of iodine and put it right onto those cells.
You gonna do this well?
You got that? Good job. Okay, so there you go, drag and drop. Drag it to the edge and drop it. Good. Okay, good job. As soon as you guys are ready, meet me up at the microscopes and we'll check them out. Here, I'll pull this up. Why don't you put that back on your tray?
Do we need to color these, the pictures we draw?
Nah. Oh my gosh, this is like the most, if anybody wants to see the record number of cells, come see Riley's. Actually, let Riley look first. We've got record number of cells right up here, record number. Come check it out. That's amazing. You guys went to town on that. I would love to hear some of you guys share about your observations. Who can tell me about the shape of the cheek cells? How is the shape of the cheek cells different than the shape of the onion cells?
They're circles.
They were circles instead of rectangles. Okay. Anybody else? How is the shape different? Was it just like a circle, or was it sort of rough around the edges? A little bit rough. Okay. And they were in clusters. That's good. So they kind of all grouped together a little bit. Tell me about what organelles you were able to see under the microscope. Yeah, what'd you see, Ava?
There's like a lot of little dots, but you can see like a reddish color in it.
Okay.
Like the nucleus.
Could be the nucleus. Awesome. Did anybody see cell membrane? Yes? Good job. You guys are doing a great job of drawing. You also have a Venn diagram on the back of your packet. So there, I want you to compare and contrast the plant and animal cell. Okay, so on one side of the Venn diagram, you're going to tell me about what things the onion cell had that the cheek cell did not. Okay, in the middle, you're going to tell me about what they had in common. All right, good job.
Would it be easy stuff like they both had a nucleus?
That would be perfect. That's exactly right. Good job. I want you to think about something you learned today from using the microscopes, okay? Because this was our first time preparing our own slides. So think about something you learned, either about the cells or microscopes or your own body. I want you to share it with your partner, and then I'm going to have some folks share it with the class, okay? So something you learned today.
How does iodine help you see the cells?
Because
If it's colorless.
You can just, I'm just going to share it.
the iodine shows the cells.
All right, who can
Absolutely.
share with the class something you learned today about microscopes, about cells, about yourself? What about you?
I learned that like onions, they actually like, it looks like a wall, the cell does, and then the cheeks are more like clusters of stuff that are kind of more spread out.
Okay.
Get it?
Perfect. Anybody else want to share something? Brooke?
That your cells are in your saliva more than on your cheek.
Okay, great. Dr. Hinson, do you want to share anything?
You know, what's amazing for me is to really watch the students take the swabs and then really look at it through the microscope. I mean, everybody knew how to communicate with each other. They cooperated really well with each other. And then looking at what they're writing and drawing there on the paper. Outstanding.
Good. All right. Thank you so much. Good job, guys. All right.
Welcome back. Today I'm with Mrs. Lindsey Constance, Bluejacket-Flint Elementary School, 6th grade teacher. You've just received national recognition. We know why. We just observed your teaching with your science classroom, and we'll talk about that a little more in just a minute. Tell us about this award. How did this really come about?
Well, 2 years ago, I was doing some work at K-State through a program on engineering, and one of the other teachers I was working with was a previous Presidential Award winner, and she nominated me for the award, and I just found out in December that I won the Presidential Award in Science.
So this is a national presidential award for the science teaching. I mean, it's just it's outstanding, and we're so proud of you here in the Shawnee Mission School District. And you've been teaching for about 10 years now, is that correct? About 7 of those years here in the Shawnee Mission School District. Tell me, what is it you really love about teaching?
Oh, I love teaching because I feel like I am in such a great position to be able to inspire kids and get them excited about science. And the reason I think that's so important is there's so many problems that we need to solve in our world, from environmental and health issues. And I feel like if I can inspire kids and just get them excited about critical thinking and problem solving, then those students can go on to do great things, and that's really exciting because you never know, the reach of what you're doing in the classroom.
You are such an inspirational person. I'm assuming somewhere along the line there was a special person or maybe several people that really inspired you. So is there a mentor that we should know about?
I actually grew up in the Shawnee Mission School District. I went to John Deemer Elementary School and graduated from Shawnee Mission South High School. And one of my favorite teachers was Mrs. Georgia Smith. She was my 5th grade teacher, and she was actually a Presidential Award winner in science as well. And I think she's the person that got me so excited about science, which is why this award means so much to me, because she was also an award winner, and I just feel like honored to be recognized with her in that.
That's such a great story, but it's also so very important for us to understand that teachers have such a dramatic impact on the lives of students. So I'm assuming those few years ago when you were in elementary school, little did your teacher know that you would be doing the same thing she was doing at that time, and a national award winner. Congratulations,
Thank
Lindsey.
you.
We're so very proud of you. Watching your science lesson today, kids were really engaged. I mean, they were really focused on what's going on. They cooperated really well together. You didn't have any issues with them lining up in front of the microscopes. Tell us the importance of engagement of students in relation to science.
I think it is vital. I try to use the inquiry method whenever possible. So, I like to pose a question. I like to get the kids wondering, and then they're doing their own experiment to find the answer. And I feel like when they do that, they're like little detectives in the classroom, and they are so excited. I mean, you don't have issues with behavior. They get along because they all have the same goal, and they're just so great at working together.
I mean, it appeared to me this morning the students were really driving their own learning. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. We recently did a really neat engineering challenge week where the kids learned about different types of engineering, doing activities with their teams. And I mean, it was amazing the way that they were, solving problems and building things and working together and failing and then trying again. They really were. They were the ones driving that whole experience. So
let's talk a little bit about STEM education, the science, technology, engineering, and math. But you're implementing these principles in 6th grade at the elementary school. So tell us some more about that, please.
I feel it's really important, especially with the engineering. It's something I think that gets left out a lot, and statistics say that in 10 years there's going to be 1 million more engineering jobs than there are people to fill. And so I feel like, with my 6th graders, I really need to get them excited now so that they start choosing, those more advanced science and math classes and computer classes in high school, so they're in a position to choose that field if it's something that they want to do.
Oh, that's really exciting. Now, let's go back to this honor, this phenomenal award that you've received. I understand that in the next few days you're going to be traveling to Washington, D.C. Tell us what's going to occur there.
I'm really excited. We go on Saturday. My husband and I are traveling there. We'll get to do just some sightseeing. We get to meet, one of the senators and congresswomen from Kansas, which will be exciting. We get to tour the White House, tour the Capitol, and probably most exciting for me is meeting the president next Monday.
Well, that sounds exciting. So, okay, I'm going to drill down and ask you some questions that are really detailed. Are you ready?
Yes.
So have you already picked out the outfit you're going to wear when you meet the president?
I have. I went shopping the very first day I found out, and I got a suit because most teachers don't wear suits very often, so I've got it all ready to go.
That is great. So if you have an opportunity to ask the president one question, have you determined what question you would ask?
Oh my goodness. I would love to know more about what he really wants to do as far as policy to help encourage more kids to become excited about STEM and help the United States move from middle of the pack in science to, the very top. I'd love to hear what he has in mind.
Yeah, that's great. Are there any particular sites you want to make sure, if you go to one site in D.C., you want to make sure you see this site?
I think it'd be amazing to see the Library of Congress. So I know that they have so many historical documents and things there that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's great, and we
Yeah.
wish you well on this trip. And
Thank
so
you.
you've already picked out the right suit to wear, and you have your questions prepared. And your husband, now you've prepped him in advance appropriately as well, right? So he'll
I
be on his
have.
best behavior?
I hope so.
Okay, I'm sure that he will. Lindsey, on a more serious note, you're just a fabulous teacher. This national recognition you've received, we're so very proud of you. And also to know you're a product of the Shawnee Mission School District. The reason you're here teaching and doing such a fabulous job with kids, you had a teacher that made that impact on your life.
Yeah.
Now the students you're teaching, one day they're going to be in your same shoes, I trust, making a difference in the lives of students. But Lindsey, you're the type of individual that really changes the lives of students. And so you represent the Shawnee Mission School District so very well. I want to make sure you know we're very, very proud of you. We're excited to see the photos when you come back from DC and how that really works. But thank you for making a difference. Not only making a difference, thank you for changing the lives of students. You're just an outstanding example of the great teachers that we have here in the Shawnee Mission School District.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Lindsey. It's
Thank
very
you for
nice to
being
meet
here
you. It's a
today.
pleasure. Thanks for joining us today on the Extra Degree. I can't say enough great things today about Mrs. Lindsey Constance and the teachers here in the Shawnee Mission School District that are continually going the extra degree. Thank you.